Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Recently I made a video where I shared about the top 10 things I've achieved in 2022. But in this video I'm going to share with you the top 10 things I messed up in 2022. Yes, I did messed up. Like everyone, I also messed up too. But here's the point. One messed up, one mistake, one thing at a time. So through this video I'm going to share with you all those 10 mistakes I've done and what are the key things I have learned. So you can take notes and you avoid them forward too. And for myself, I'm going to document it in this video as well too, to make sure that I never, ever do it again. You want to know that 10 mistakes, right? Of course you do. So let's get started. Sure. Number one, picking up the wrong project. In 2022, there are several times I got distracted by one interesting thing, the shiny object. Have you remember the movie called Matrix, where there's a lady in that red suit and everybody was getting distracted by the lady, where the Neo was getting distracted as well too? And that's the thing, in our life, in our career, in our business, whenever we move together and we want to navigate in our process, we often get distracted by the shiny object who just take our attention out of it. And that's what happened to me. In 2022, there are multiple shiny objects, opportunities who just take the attention out of me, and that's what really make me not giving enough right attention and energy to the one thing. So there is a book about it, the one thing. If you are not aware of this one, so check it out. The one big thing can make the huge thing. The goal is to find out there's a one big thing and go all in about it, and not just all in, ruthlessly focus on that one to crush that one, so it brings the biggest amount of return of investment of time, energy, and progress as well. Number two, too optimistic about my goals. I was being super optimistic about different goals. I set up a bunch of goals and I was really optimistic about this one. I set up really high goals too. So I was really influenced by one book called 10X. So 10X really inspired me to set 10 times goal and really put it on over my comfort zone, which makes sense. But there's a one thing I'm forgetting about. What exactly resources do I have? Time, other resources, and also energy as well too. And what kind of other very important thing, the leverage, that means what input I can put and what output I can get, because that's what makes the difference. Because with somebody having a great lever can have a great output with a less input because they have a great lever. Because for me, many of those goals is I didn't have a great lever in place too. So I was being too optimistic by thinking about I'm going to set the goal 10 times higher, but there's a one point I also did as well too. Even I go 10 times more effort as well too, but they did not pay off for multiple of them because of one thing, because I didn't have the lever. So one of the main thing I have lesson learned from this one, when I'm setting a big goals, I have to find out what is a big lever I can put on and primarily focus about identifying, building, and capitalizing that lever. Because if I don't do this one, I'm going to fall apart again to the same trap. Number three mistake, too much focus on the growth. I was like, just wanted to focus about the growth. But there's one thing I forgot about. The growth can be just going in that direction, or we can be more and other direction as well too. So there's two equations here, quality and quantity. So I was so much focused about quantity, about certain factor of different goals, and I ignored almost some of the key factor of quality. And that's bring me a problem. So when I see this one, the return of investment of goal or the result I was expecting was struggling to get the result because of one thing, because I was really focused about a lot of quantity and forgot about the quality. And I actually probably learned it another way. Before I was too much focused on the quality, so it didn't really get me to the quantity. So that's what made me deliver. So now I got the lesson learned other direction too. So that to winning the battle of the ground, to break the ground, I need to do two at the same time. I need to get to the great quality and have to get the great to the great quantity as well too. Number four, hyper focus. That is one of the very important aspects too. So I was being hyper focused with certain aspect on the day. And I was not really getting a great return of that particular 4 to 8 weeks period of time. And then when I look back and realize this one, I was thinking one thing. I was hyper focused, which is a really good thing, but I was hyper focused on some certain aspect which is not able to give me the result I need to go. That means I was looking for the list of the things to do, which is I was hyper focusing on them because I believe that time those are actually the one who can get me to this one. And then I realized this one, the list I choose was very much biased because I wanted to do, I feel this is good, I feel like I enjoy it, but actually the items which are not really I enjoy doing this one was falling behind of my list. And that's exactly why even I put a hyper focus on some list of the things, and at the end of the 8-week cycles, I did not get the result I want because I was not giving the right hyper focus and energy and push for the items I don't like to do it as well. Well, there are a couple of ideas about I could go and find someone and let them do it, but again, about me, the best resource I ever have is myself most of the time. There's some period of time I can get it, I can borrow another resource who about particular aspect they're better, but most of the time the best resource I have about doing something is me. So for me, I should be picking up the highest difficult items and make sure that I have a right leverage and skill to handle them as well too. Sometimes it's not. So I need to work on that one. I cannot just leave that item and ignoring them, they're not needing hyper focus and expecting them, it will just make the result by itself. That was a big mistake. Number 5, unable to visit family. It was 2022, it was right after COVID, it was so much packed right after COVID. There's lots of work going on that time, and I could not make the time to visit my family. I just decided that I cannot do it, so I just focus and I swim through all this ocean. But it's the one thing I have learned, if I could just make the time, and if I just went out to meet my family for even 2 weeks, the amount of energy, love, and affection that I would carry on, and appreciation I will carry on, it will probably 10x my level of energy. So when I come back with my 10x energy level, I could break a lot more bigger walls or climb through all this walls. Because why? Because I come up with a 10x energizer, 10x level of energy of myself to go forward. So now I realize this one, it's not about just only how much time I'm putting on something, but also very much important that how much energy do I have? What are the different levers do I have to make sure that I'm grabbing the best possible energy? And one more thing, I can create so much energy from myself, but I gotta get the best possible energy around myself as well too, from my environment, from the people I care about me, the people who love about me. I should be grabbing all those affection, love, and turn it to a powerful energy to move forward. Because everything I'm gonna do in my life, everything I'm doing every day, is gotta be challenging. If it's not challenging, I'm not doing the right thing because I gotta do the challenging thing. And that's why I need to make sure that I'm getting the right energies, right energizer for myself. And one of the greatest source for energy is the family, the mom, dad, and brother. That's an amazing source of love, affection, which equal to, or even not just equal to, which is actually proportional to the level of energy I get from that source. Number 6, I did not take enough notes. I take a lot of notes, but I felt I did not take enough notes. I was doing lots of reading, but I was not really taking a lot of notes. It doesn't mean that I was reading a lot of notes, and actually I was listening a lot of audiobooks as well too. But all this knowledge and information, I was just trusting on my brain. I didn't really put it on in a very well manner and note place, so which I can revisit on this thing. And that was one of the biggest lessons for me, that hey, it's not about how many knowledge, how many information I'm coming through, but how I structure it, how I put it all together, and how often do I revisit it, and how do I use them. Because it's not about just reading that information, a tool or models, and finally don't apply it. So that means basically I'm just have a bunch of trash bin around me, and I'm just hobbling around to find a tool which I really need for the moment I need, or even I'm facing another time like I need this one right now and I don't know actually do I actually have the tool, and finally I'm trying to go and buy another tool even I already have the tool in my kitchen cabinet, and I just absolutely forget it because it's absolutely mess. So that's the point. Gotta take a lot of notes and need to manage them efficiently, which I solved already in the quarter 3, quarter 4 as well too, with a great initiative as well too. Maybe I'll save the video in the future, how do I take the notes and how do I manage it in my second brain. So if you're not really familiar about what is the second brain, keep watching the last video. End of the video, in the video I will share with you the concept I use second brain, because second brain is one of the places where I put notes as an inputs to process, think forward. So if you're wanting to find a better way to taking your notes, keep watching. End of the video, you get the video about second brand. Number 7, did not meet enough people. Yes, this is one of the things. In 2022, I was really focused, hyper focused. I was doing all the possible work. I was taking all the possible way to learn the skill. But to do the thing is about, for certain level, I need to go out and I need to meet people. So I need to exchange the idea, share their idea, listen to their idea, grab their idea, bounce the idea, because that is the way we gotta improve our interpersonal connections, networks, processing, and people gonna, because end of the day, what we're doing in our life is all about the people. Everything we want to build in our life, every success and achievement, we gotta work with people. So the goal is about go and meet the people and exchange the idea for values so we can drive things forward, we can solve problems together, we can work together, we can build idea together, we can build a project together, we can make this world a better place. Number 8, I didn't have enough me time, and that was one of the mistakes. I was really focusing working with myself, and I was doing a lots of work myself, was working with my team and lots of work myself too, but I didn't really spend any time for myself. That was one of the mistakes. So because for me, I realized this one, when I was not really spending on time myself, I was really blurred about a lot of things which is related about personally about me. I was really not be there about the thing, because like an example, I'm eating, I'm working, I'm taking coffee, I'm thinking something else, I'm walking, I'm thinking something else about the work, about the idea, about the bouncing idea. Well, the things works with Einstein, but I don't want to have a life of Einstein. It was like he was like an absolutely mad, like he's like absolutely lost his mind in the last 25% of his life. That is not the goal. The goal is about be myself, be self-aware, and enjoy the moments, and then keep working. And to do this one thing is very important, is about me time. So the time which I can absolutely spend for myself, do the thing for myself, think the way I want to do, and no one is interrupting me on that moment too. So I have fixed that problem, and now in 2023 I have taken a multiple me times. And you know what, right now this video I'm shooting right now, I'm having my me time right now in absolutely another place. I'm in Singapore for a few weeks, and I'm absolutely me myself and on my me time, and this is a great time for me to actually enjoy my me time and clean up all the things. So another thing is about, I was getting a lots of idea. I was thinking about a lots of things to do. So this is my number 9 mistakes. A lot of pieces I have, but I spent a really less amount of time to actually finding a way to better to connect them. Because in our life, or in a business, or even entrepreneurship, one of the key fundamental factors is about how do we connect the dots? How do we connect different ideas? Because then is the time we can create like a cycle. So one thing can push the other thing. So one of the things I did is on 2022, I create so many things and I didn't really organize in that way. So everything was like an island. So that means there was no chain reaction. There is not one thing was not pushing another thing. So that means I had to go and push each of them individually. And that creates a lots of workload and burden on me as well too. So that's one of the things I have learned in 2022, that when I'm doing things, I'm working on different ideas, different projects, I gotta find a better way to organize them. So one idea can push the other idea and can work like an ecosystem. So it can create a chain reaction for me. So in every time I'm pushing one thing, it's automatically making some moves from other items too. So now when I'm working on multiple things, so so I can keep saving energy of myself. So like 10%, 20%, 30%. In total, in the ecosystem, I end up doing it probably even 30 to 40% energy what I was supposed to spend. And then that means I can simply doubling down or even triple, even 4x my whole energy to the first thing, and I can leverage 4 or 5 times more progress what I'm supposed to get when I was doing it island mode. Number 10, food habit. I was thinking I was really healthy. Actually, I'm pretty much believing in healthy habits. So I was eating a lot of healthy foods and so on. But one of the things I was making a lot of mistake, my breakfast. I realized this one, my breakfast was not good. I used to take a lot of bakeries and breads in my breakfast, and I was thinking that it's fine, it's just a breakfast. I really love to eat the bakeries, and it's really make me feel great, and after having a bakery I will have a great coffee and I will feel amazing. but it's not amazing. It's just only my mental feeling and my mouth, because those every possible those bread going straight to my body and process it forward and making me giving a lots of other future issues. And one of the major issues is giving me, it's just aging me faster. Who wants to age faster? No one, but I was doing the mistakes, right? A bread has even have a gluten, which is another big issue as well too, because I was taking breads which is from normal restaurants, sometimes brands, and I never checked even the gluten-free or not, and I just keep consuming them for whole 2022, and not only that, in probably last few years too. So which was a bad mistake. So gotta eat the right amount of right breakfast, and if you really love bread like me that time, take the right breads. It's so much important to take the gluten-free breads as well too. For me, I absolutely get rid of it, and I know that I'm missing the bread. Sometimes when I feel like get the smell of a great bread, I feel like maybe I want to eat a little bit, but no, I don't want to eat. I'm gonna opt. So now I have a really healthy habits on healthy food menu for my breakfast, and I'm really enjoying it, and it's giving me more extra kicker and extra energy to push my day forward as well too. And now that's one of the big result of this one. Look at this. Every videos you always see in a window which is dark, because every videos I'm shooting normally even 8 p.m. or even 9 p.m. So like today I'm shooting right now, it's almost 9:30 to 10 p.m. So that's time, this level of energies I have right now to be in front of you to shoot this video, because all the day I'm finding a better way to optimize my energy, so I have a good level of energy all over the day. So now that's my 10 mistakes. I made all of them, and it's really stuck me, and I don't want to make this one too as well. So if you're making any of those 10 mistakes, correct them from today so you can have a better leverage and better progress of your life too. For myself, I just documented with you. I promise that I never want to make this 10 mistake again in my life. One mistake at a time. One mistake at a time, and never again, because that's the lesson learned. I promise that I want to share with you. One video is about second brain. This video is coming up. Besides that, I also made another video to where I share about the 10 things I have achieved in 2022. That video is coming up too. Go and click this video and watch so you can make those great achievements and also find a better way to build your second brain too. Click that video right now. I'll see you there. All the best. We have some exciting plan for the next week, so don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss that out.